Hey everybody, Sean Johnson, nerd dad extraordinaire, accountant, Excel guru, numbers lover, personal finance person, and everything in between here to talk about my most recent pass, which was the HR Introduction to HR Management class. I do not remember the course number as of this moment. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I approached this class a little bit differently, but not because I wanted to, but because my program mentor wanted me to. She wanted me to take the PA before I did anything else, which I've never done. For every other course, I've always gone through the material and then taken the PA, reassessed, studied the things that I'm weak on, and then took the OA. But this one, she said, take the PA to figure out where you sit. So I took the PA and I passed it. I got mostly competent. It was probably about an 85% ish, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like that's the highest I've scored on like not necessarily the pre-assessment, but like the pre-course knowledge assessments that they want you to do now. Anyway, and then I had my phone call with her last week, talking about maybe it was 2 weeks ago, talking about like what my goals were and how I normally approach classes. So we were already kind of off to a weird, shaky start because I already did something that was kind of counter to how I'd been handling courses so far. Anyway, and we planned on having me have this course passed by Saturday of this week, but today's Wednesday, so I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Um, I kind of dove into the class. I've not had as much time as I'd wanted to do school. We've just been super busy with family stuff, and just life in general has kind of been crazy with my promotion. And our son is getting ready to start, not kindergarten, but like a more advanced preschool here in the next few weeks. Uh, yeah, just a bunch of stuff going on. Oh, and we've also started other obligations for our church. Like we started a new small group that we're meeting in, which we used to meet in a small group every week prior, but we met on Saturdays. When that group disbanded, we decided to wait a little while, so it's been about a year and a half since we've been in a group. Anyway, so we just found another group and we joined that group, and but they meet on Tuesday nights. So now I can't do school on Tuesday nights. I have to find time elsewhere on my schedule. As I started digging into the material, it kind of felt like a slog. Not because what I was learning wasn't interesting, but because if you've worked in business for any amount of time, you've been on the employee side of the employment relationship, you'll kind of have a good understanding of like the basic concepts of HR. Pair that with the fact that I did payroll for like almost 6 years or something like that, and like yeah, I know a lot about employment law, and I had to do a lot of research on it when it came to like how to pay employees properly and like compensation issues and stuff like that. Like I'm very familiar with all that. I guess I'm not any good at like the performance evaluation part. Like I've been a part of numerous like performance evaluations just from working in jobs, but like on the PA I got approaching competence, and on the OA I got unsatisfactory. I literally got zero of the questions right, but I made up for it by getting exemplary on two of the categories that I didn't get exemplary on the PA. So, I mean, like I said before, if you've been an employee before, you will get the basic concepts. Really, I would probably say dig into the weird stuff that's like not necessary for you to know. Like, they wanted you to know like statistical analysis, like methods, not necessarily like how to do them, but what they are and like what they could be used for. And it's like I've never thought about multiple regression techniques as something that you could do in HR, like forecasting and planning. Like HR forecasting and planning seems like a very like, I don't know. I will never do that. So it just doesn't it didn't feel relevant to me, and so I didn't study it very hard. And so as a consequence, when those questions came up, I struggled a little. And I guess study the evaluation concepts If I was talking to myself 2 weeks ago, I guess that's the advice I'd give him. But anyway, yeah, I think you guys would do okay. I mean, I probably could have taken the OA like way like 2 seconds after I took the PA. Like I was pretty confident in my abilities, and I think the reason why the material felt like a slog is because I already felt like I knew the stuff. Like I was just kind of slogging through the end of section like tests and the unit tests, and it's like, man, this just feels like it's taking forever. It's like I'd sit down and do 2 or 3 sections of those, and then like an hour had gone by, and it's because there's a lot of sections within the lessons, the units. Yeah, there's 10 topics that they want you to know, and then within each topic, the subtopics are like a half a page of reading and then 10 questions. So it's like there's just a lot of material, and it not all of it was relevant to what you needed to know, and it felt very kind of like niche. Anyway, so just do the best you can, gauge it for yourself what you need to know, but it was very basic. The stuff that they got like in depth on, I didn't feel like they needed to be in depth on. I felt like they were just throwing in concepts and then testing you on them, and it didn't feel worth it to me. Let's just leave it at that, I guess. Anyway, this Nerd Dad Extraordinaire is going to be out of here. My next course is going to be employment law. I'm kind of looking forward to that, but seeing as I didn't do super well on business law for accountants, or I kind of struggled for so long on that one, hopefully I don't struggle that long on it, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great week, and reach out if I could help in any way. This Nerd Dad Extraordinaire is out of here.